Hello and welcome to this presentation for COMS 532. This is chapter 23. It's going to be covering broadband and home networks. My name is Len Castor and I will be your guide today. So you can go ahead and open up your PowerPoint presentation and we'll get started here. So I think broadband and home networks is an interesting topic to cover because we use it many times throughout our day, and we may not even realize it. So I think it's an interesting topic to cover, and let's go ahead and get started here. So the question that we can answer is why study broadband and home networks? Well, it's interesting because it's pretty much affiliated with a lot of things we do throughout our daily life, um, especially currently and with the modern world that we live in. So you see, broadband technologies are basically linked to many things such as entertainment, communication, health, and different work needs. Um, it's quickly becoming part of our infrastructure, sending, receiving, tracking energy needs, uh, and also it's been instrumental in creating jobs, shaping our educational system, as well as providing quality healthcare. So things like acquiring data information is pretty essential in these areas. So it's interesting to see this as well when you look at different fields, um, just how important it is as well. Just the speed of information and how you know how we rely on how fast we need our information or gain our information or access it. So next slide you'll see is how we actually define broadband. Broadband is loosely defined as just high-speed internet connection. Now I say loosely because depending on where you are in the world, it has a different definition. So you'll see on your slide there, um, the OECD, or the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, um, basically defines broadband connection or broadband speed at 256 kilobytes per second. So that's typically, the OECD, they collect international economic data around the world. So that's how they would define it. It's a little different in the U.S. However, the FCC, or the Federal Commission or Communications Commission, excuse me, basically they consider broadband speeds to be 768 kilobytes per second. So it's a little higher uh, than the OECD, but most connections are considered broadband nowadays. So we'll go over that in a little bit later. So there are different types of broadband connections that we do have today. Um, you may notice the type of ones that you have at home, um, but you'll see here that there's DSL, or digital subscriber line, which basically uses the telephone wire to access the internet. Um, Also, there's subcategories under that considered fiber to the node or fiber to the home. Now, fiber to the node basically refers to a fiber optic cable, which is capable of carrying high speeds or a lot of data, basically high speeds of data. Um, it carries it from a central office that has access to the high-speed internet, and it goes right into a node box there. Or fiber to the home, which basically refers to the optic cable going all the way to the house itself. So um, these fiber optic cables are pretty fast in terms of internet connection. Then you also have your standard cable modem, which uses typically this comes in packages. So you'll have the cable modem, um, a router, as well as television and phone that comes in packages. A lot of times, these broadband companies provide those packages. So you'll see basically a cable modem, and then a router connected to that modem to allow access to several functions and different things automatically. So it is basically what I have at home here. So there's satellite as well. These are for more rural areas typically. You can get your satellite connection as well as wireless. Um, BPL, which is considered broadband power over power line. Uh, Basically, yeah, just the connection over the power lines. This is actually wasn't deemed the best option since there was a lot of troubles with down power lines and weather and being affected by things like that. And then there's your home networks, different types of home networks. There's wired and wireless, of course. Um, so you'll see on the next slide, you see the different types of broadband technology that I have just basically explained to you, and you'll see how they look and how they get an idea of how they work. Um, so you'll see the uses for broadband technology. It's basically anything that requires a high-speed internet connection. Things like cell phones, bank records, medical records, television, and also Bluetooth technology. These all require or utilize high-speed internet connection. So you'll see as you go through your day, most of us have cell phones. We're on them, a lot throughout the day, and a lot of that requires high-speed internet connection. It depends on like if we're sending a text, gathering some emails, um, things like that. Um, and you can see the rest of the options there as well. Um, so broadband, basically, for me, um, it's pretty important. Something that I use throughout my day at work as well. And I'm sure it's the same for you as well. So it is pretty a useful tool. It's something uh, to know and understand. It's pretty relevant in our lives here. Um, Now, some factors to watch in terms of broadband and home networks are spectrum auctions. Now, spectrum, that refers to just some unused space in terms of bandwidth or usage of internet. A lot of big television companies have uh, a good amount of spectrum space that they can utilize to broadcast television shows or basically access or provide internet connection to their customers. And you'll see on the factors to watch, the FCC will continue to look for ways to free up that unused spectrum space. It's a little hard to do given that these, most large TV companies or broadband companies are not as willing to basically give up their free space. So that's a work in progress. Also, there are plans to expand coverage. You'll notice with iPhones, for example, um, basically right now they're utilizing 4G speed or fourth generation speed. Uh, Basically, they're trying to expand that, and you'll see as the year goes on, they'll improve expanded coverage for wireless internet connection. So eventually, you'll see 5G come out, if not already. Also, usage-based pricing, which refers to package deals that typically like cell phone companies offer. Basically based off of how much you use, how much broadband you use. That'll be important to watch. You know, you'll see that more often, basically, whether these broadband providers will typically stay with that type of plan, or maybe they might, just offer other packages as well. So um, the impact of broadband is uh, pretty relevant. You'll see, like I said before, health and education. You'll see that even the president has announced that he has a national broadband plan to improve healthcare, education, and other factors there to increase availability of broadband service. Typically, broadband connection and internet connection. The idea there is should be available to everyone. So that is the plan with that national broadband plan. Also, sustainability. Um, Broadband technology uh, basically it makes communication easier. We don't have to be face to face with anyone. We can just basically Skype somebody, or our friends and family. We can call them, text them. Uh, the idea is to promote greener ways and greener habits as well. So it does, to an extent, help with sustainability, and um, so it's less fuel needed to drive wherever we need to go. Also, smart grid technology is something that's very useful for broadband as well. Basically, broadband technology is required to have and sustain smart grid technology. So it helps us reduce waste, helps us to access information and data a lot a lot quicker, I should say. So that is the idea behind that. So different types of broadband, uh, you'll be able to find that throughout different homes in their areas, and it's very useful for different reasons. Just for us to just get through the day, get our business done at work. You'll see a lot of companies do use sophisticated broadband connections as well to get their work done. And the question that I do want you to answer is just that how has broadband technology influenced the aspects of your life? Um, think about just how broadband affects your daily life, what it means to you, how is it relevant in your life? Um, so answer that question, um, think about it, and um, just hope that this presentation has been well received. Wish you best of luck, all of you, and take care. Thank you.